from Bugeye Guy. Check it out. This is Gumby, car of mine since high school. The car that really started this business. Beautifully painted Aston Martin racing green. All custom stuff going on and some beautiful rear disc brakes. That is a nice innovation. Not that the car needs it so much, but it dramatically improves reliability because you get rid of the wheel cylinders. So Gumby is coming together as part of a restoration now many years after I found it as a high schooler. And one of the things I want to show you in this video is this correct license plate light support, or plinth. And there's a lot that's custom and far from correct on this car, like disc brakes and these stripes and metallic paint. But this is correct, and throughout the car I'm obviously working to make sure we've got a number of nice correct touches. And this is something that's commonly messed up on Bugeyes that we've seen. After about 200 cars through our building, we've seen all kinds of variants for this. People will put the chrome light directly on the body, or they'll use the wrong later support. It's even supports from other kinds of cars I've seen between the license plate light and the body. But in this case, this is all correct, and we sell the kit in our catalog. That's what I want to show you today. This is the correct body gasket. It goes under the support. Then the license plate light is mounted to that support, and this piece needs to be painted to color match to your car. That's the correct way anyway. So let me show you the pieces. This is the body gasket underneath here, and then we have the plinth with the screws and captive nuts, which we assemble them that way. They don't come that way normally, so that's another nice advantage of buying our assembly. And then here's the license plate light. This is a generic license plate light that's used on many British cars. This happens to be a 2-light version. Believe it or not, the first 36,145, I believe, Bugeyes had a 1-light version, but those 1-light lights are not available. Even though Gumby would fall into that category, it's an earlier car from '59. I think Gumby's number is around 12,000. So it should have a single light, but it's got a double light. That's something I'm willing to let go. If you're doing concours at the national level, you'll need a single bulb light. But again, that's a detail I think most people can live with. This is the later support. This is what was formerly on Gumby. This was, the car had been British Racing Green back in the 80s and 90s, but that's the wrong plinth, which we often see, and that comes from these later sprites. You see one here on this car correctly, the later type with that seam down the center. And then you also often see a lot of people aren't getting the paint right or doing this as part of their restoration. This car has a nice black glossy finish, but the license plate plinth, light plinth, is somewhat either over buffed or was just painted with a rattle can, but clearly the finish doesn't match, and ideally, as on Gumby, you would have this all nice and shiny. But it is the correct plinth. Anyway, that's what we've got here today as part of our parts catalog at Bugeye Guy.